Empress Michiko was born into a wealthy family in 1934. Her grandfather was the founder of Japan's well-known food manufacturing company, Nissin Seafood Group. Her father later succeeded as president of the company. Michiko was well educated. She studied English in the University of the Sacred Heart, a private women's university in Tokyo. She liked playing tennis and was one of the school tennis club members. In 1957, Michiko attended a tennis tournament where she met the future Emperor Akihito. They were the competitors in the third round of the tournament. In the end, Crown Prince Akihito was defeated by Michiko. He was impressed and attracted by her. The two young couples soon fell in love. In the next year, Crown Prince Akihito talked to his parents that he wanted to marry Michiko. However, it was strongly opposed by the court officials and by his mother, Empress Kojun. They argued that Japan's empress should be selected from the royal family, while Michiko was only a commoner. Despite the opposition, Crown Prince Akihito still insisted to only marry Michiko. He even said he would never marry anyone else. Finally, his father, Emperor Hirohito, agreed on their marriage. However, Michiko's father was aware that Michiko would suffer a lot if she was married off to the monarchy, so he refused the marriage proposal by reason of their status difference. He then sent Michiko to Europe to get rid of all the troubles. When Prince Akihito knew about it, he wrote Michiko a letter to express his sincerity about their future. After Michiko read the letter, she was moved and decided to come back to Japan earlier to marry the prince. In 1958, the marriage was announced to the public. Soon afterwards, Michiko already needed to face the harsh criticism. In a press interview, Michiko wore a pair of long gloves which did not cover her elbows. She was then criticized for not following the royal rules properly. But in fact, their gloves were given by her future mother-in-law, Empress Kojun. Being the first commoner empress, Michiko was liked by the people. She was beautiful, elegant, and fashionable. Many Japanese women liked to imitate her clothing and hairstyle. Eventually, Michiko's and Prince Akihito's wedding ceremony took place in 1959. Over 500,000 people flocked to Tokyo to watch it. The ceremony was also aired on television. Just 1 year after the marriage, Michiko gave birth to a son. Prince Akihito broke a lot of tradition for her. He allowed Michiko to raise the child by herself. He also built a kitchen for her to cook. The couples were happy about having a boy so quickly, but not all the royal members felt the same. It was believed that Empress Kojun was jealous of Michiko because Empress Kojun spent over 9 years to finally give birth to a boy. Empress Kojun even ignored Michiko in public events. In 1963, just 4 years into her marriage, Michiko underwent an abortion. In the same year, it was said she had religion conflict with the emperor because Michiko was a Catholic, while Japan's monarchy believed in Shinto religion. Various stress had finally fatigued Michiko and had driven her to the brink of a nervous breakdown. She even temporarily lost the ability to speak. It took her several months to recover from it. In 1989, Emperor Hirohito died. Akihito ascended to the throne with Michiko as the empress. However, her mother-in-law Empress Kojun was still in charge of many affairs and continued to give Michiko a lot of pressure. After becoming the empress, Michiko assisted her husband at many events and ceremonies. She took part in religious ceremonies and often visited Shinto shrines. Empress Michiko also accompanied the emperor to go travel throughout Japan to get close with the public and make state visits to many other countries. But she was then criticized for spending too much on traveling. In 1993, at 59 years old, Michiko fainted in an event. Once again, she lost the ability to speak and only got recovered after several months. After marrying into the royal family, Empress Michiko became the symbol of traditional Japan and was subjected to rigid royal standards. It was the press, the public, and the royal members who managed her life. The criticism she received could be harsher than the man had. In 2019, after Emperor Akihito passed the throne to his son, Michiko could finally be more relieved and led a quiet, happy life with her husband.